I've had some lovely snow scenes sent from Scotland from my friend up there, who I gave some paintings to the other week when I did some demonstrations using her studies. This time I'm going to be doing a workshop shortly for a local village art society, and I've prepared that one ready. But before I do that, I'm going to do another broader landscape here using the Chinagraph pencil, watercolour and pastel, just to show you that technique, and obviously it'll give them something to see before I even start their demonstration. Now, Chinagraph pencil, what is it? Well, here you can see I've got a black one. It peels by peeling down this bit of string here, and then I can peel off the paper in a spiral motion around it, giving myself a nice waxy finish lead. And this isn't, once you put it on you've had it, it's not, you can't rub it off, but it will just take watercolour over it, so it doesn't totally resist. So it's great for doing the very darks for snow scenes and details of twigs and so on, and trees. Then we can put watercolour over the top of that. And after that I can use pastels to either tint with water or to put the highlights back in again. So we're going to use watercolour quite strongly in this case. So you may prefer to use a pencil first. I'm just going to go straight for it. Let's see if I just mark my photograph as usual, and what better pencil to mark a shiny photograph than a Chinagraph pencil, which is meant for shiny china. So you can do this with an ordinary pencil if you want to, first of all, if you're a bit worried about making a mistake, because you can't rub the stuff off, as I say. Not that it really matters, because we're going to be using pastel over the top, which means that the marks could be, we can make the marks disappear anyway. I've just used plastic board here as my drawing board. Paper's coming away slightly, I notice. I'll just make that right down, hold it properly before we start. A mark onto the tape rather than the paper. Might seem obvious, but just in case you didn't realise. There we go. Very lightly then at first, just want to work out my composition. If I do this very lightly, it won't even show with the when I do the watercolouring. Let's see, so I've got my marks, my quarters and eighths done here. Could do this as a big one. I was tempted to do a great big one, but commercially I've got to think that most people's houses now are smaller, so I don't do so many larger works now. So I'm going to be doing a 20-30 soon. Finish is about halfway here. So my basic composition is already in. Now next. And these trees here that are coming down a bit lower. We've got a line of bushy trees all the way along here. Right, I'm ready now to start on my darker colouring, my darker shading. So I need to put these little bits in before I do the watercolouring. So I'm going to be very black with my blacks. So I'm going to be much stronger with my watercolours as well. So wherever it's black, I'm not going to put greys in at all. All I'm going to be doing is very blacks using this Chinagraph pencil. You'll see why later on. These little marks up here come down there. So wherever something's going to be black, I'm going to make it very dark with my pencil, making my marks very much about the trees that I'm doing. So wherever we've got blacks, we're going to put them in. And then the paint will go over this. You can do a lot of this with pastel and water and the brush. You'll be surprised how much we can bring out using the versatility of the mediums together. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the marks with the brushes later as well, not just with the pencil. Both when I do the watercolour and when I do the pastel. That'll just about do for that, so the rest we can do with and we're ready for our watercolour there. Now, as I was saying, it's important that we have the watercolour a little bit stronger than we normally use, because we're going to be using pastel over the top. We're going to pastel right back, in fact. So I want to make these colours a little bit stronger than I normally would. No worry about being able to bring the colours back in this way. Nice and strong because I'm going to bring pastel over the top later, as I say. So a nice strong washes over here, which I shall gradually blend down into this pink. A graduated wash, lovely colours. Over the top with pastel. Something that watercolourists have a job to get used to is this, because they want to make this straight away, they want to make it much lighter as watercolours. But remember that watercolours are going to dry lighter anyway. This lovely colour down and through, and this colour is going to glow through. We're not going to paint this colour out with the pastel, we're going to let it glow through. The lighter colours, the snow, I'm going to put on afterwards. I'm not going to leave any white now. No snow now, just the shadows. Don't worry about being wet into wet, or where it trickles, because you're going to cover all of this up. Just letting these colours glow through afterwards. Which will glow through. You see how the Chinagraph pencil glows through? Well, that's some of these warm areas. There's little bits of cobalt now that are just starting to come into this. As those warm shadows will now. I'll put them in a little bit here. It's just knowing where. See how that Chinagraph pencil is now resisting. Right down into here, through there. And as heavy as I like, because this Chinagraph pencil is going to show through. I can come across this again, look and go even stronger to get the textures of these trees. Down into here, to these trees. Resist them slightly, but you can still paint into them. You get these glorious colours. Start bringing in the purple down here again as well. Lovely, rich, deep colours. And into that I can bring my cooler blue from earlier as well, and start to really work that one in. Get these base colours really working for me. And stain this lovely strong paint in. I mean, they're almost nice as they are without me doing anything else, so it just shows you, doesn't it? I'll get the ultramarine and a little bit of purple come in all the way down here. Right, I'm going to take some even deeper now. I need some almost Prussian blue going on here, so I'm going to take some deep green. I haven't got any Prussian blue in this set. I'm going to take some very deep green with my purple and just add that into here. I do want this to be dark enough that when I put pastel on it's going to show against it. But let's just bring these reflections of these darks down through here. Adding them against the texturing of the pine trees I've already done. You can see what I was saying about using my brush now to get some of these effects. I'm going to come back over with the Chinagraph pencil in a minute and work out these branches that were here that I've lost in painting it like this. Something you might have tried before and see how effective it can be. Tip of the brush here, making these pine tree marks, little vertical strokes as they spread out afterwards slightly as well. Already got a feeling of reflection starting to happen there now. And hopefully all of these marks, the way I'm doing this will make sense soon. Just when I put the light bits back in again in these dark watercolour, Chinagraph pencil, and next will be the pastel. We'll let that dry off completely, then we'll come in with the pastel. First I've got to let that dry and come in with the Chinagraph pencil again. Well, it's had time to dry off overnight, and now I've got my Unison pastels ready here. And these are the colours that I keep as well, and I find will do everything for me. I prefer the Unison pastels, still think they're the best in the world. Now then, we'll make a start putting pastel over this watercolour then, in Chinagraph pencil. As you can hear, the weather outside is disgusting, but I don't think it'll detract too much from the film. The sky isn't bad as it is, but I'm going to use pastel over the whole thing to gently just shade in some of these areas. Always just use the pastel a little bit to start off with, just to clean it up in case any mess comes off it, especially if it's been the pastels in the box. So it's a very light blue here. I'm just going to scumble over the surface lightly, just blending across the surface here a little bit. And I'm going to leave the colour just glowing through underneath this. Just blend it a little bit, make it nice and fresh. See what other colours we've got here. Lighter ones on after, here we are. With a crisscross now across this, with this slightly lighter blue. And I'm going to cut into the shape of the pine trees here to give the feeling of the pine trees a bit more. I'm really just flying outside, but I'm not out shooting today. I'm fishing or anything else. Don't need a good day to do watercolour with it. Laying that down and throw it in, and it becomes part of the watercolour then. And this is another reason that I'm using hot pressed paper, is because it's smooth. Bring that again gently to the side of the pastel, bring it gently over the top here, just letting the texture, the very slight texture of the paper just glow through. And mix that with that light blue in a minute. So that it really does blend in even more. And we'll start to bring some of this blue into the watercolour doing it already. I want to use these darker colours first. And into the trees here too. Just cut it in. It almost blends straight in with the watercolour, which is what we want. We don't want to stand out like a sore thumb. I'm talking about how colours work. Smack along the centre here with this dark line. I want to put back in a lighter line with this pastel. With the reflection of the light which comes in between this line here. And you can always take it off where we want. You see the effect that has already. Lighter still, but a very slight cream to it now, maybe. Here. Places. Just the tip of the pastel, just putting a little bit of light in. It reflects along here. Look at the difference this makes already. You start to see how we can use these lights to our effect against the darker tip. Oh, what I haven't done yet, I didn't come back in with the Chinagraph pencil and do this branch that's here, because we've got here a very dark branch coming in, down and right up and through. You can just see it from the original drawing showing through. I can now come back and make it even stronger. So there's a lovely dark branch coming down. I'm just working my way down through some of the sky here. So it's the mid-tones at the moment that I'm doing. And you see the effects we can get straight away. You have a job doing this with pastel ordinarily. It's easier to bring the darks across this without them blending underneath with any other colours. I'm going to use some lighter cream later. We'll start to put the white back in and look immediately how the beautiful effects we can get by going across this scene with this white, with the lighter chalk. Just picking out the highlights here, right up through to here. And immediately the painting starts to sing to us, it becomes musical. We've got our darks and our mid-tones in, now we can start to put in some of these lighter colours. Now I can always go back and put more darks in if I need to in a minute, which I probably will do. Right down. For those of you who want to try this, you can see it's not a hard technique. Now look how I can just use the pastel ever so gently here to leave the texture of the paper. Now, if I wanted to use a rough or a knot paper, you could imagine that I would have even more texture showing. So that's got to be your choice. If you want more texture, I'm doing very fine texture in the distance. If you wanted more texture, then you would be able to use a heavier paper, a rougher paper. You can soften that back slightly as a reflection, although I might have left it harsher. Down here I want to go a little bit softer, and I'm just going to blend it back a little bit more. Blue, and just trying to hit a little bit of the darker, just here and there in places on this, the top of this hill. Get the feeling of just the edge of the hill against the light. You play the warm cools against the cool blues down here as well. Putting some of these blues back into this purple a bit here. Across some of this to get a slightly greener tint. So just drag this yellow through a little bit. Which we can do to get the effect of broken colour and light here. Leading them forward. Really look for the colours, even to small points like this, because they can make such a difference in just bringing something out to the foreground or bringing it forward. I could use a brush and water, remember, again, there's nothing to stop me, if I really wanted to. The warmth of this light, and that little bit of cream just along the top edge here, brings out those trees. It's quite a mirrored finish. It's quick, and I mean I can use water and pastel very, very quickly if I'm actually painting on plein air. Here I'm in the studio, so it's a lot easier. Feeling of all of these bits of texture. So we're in between pastel and watercolour, but you wouldn't know that wasn't just a pastel. Looking at this. And these little bits of blue, however small they are going to help bring out the playing of these different colour hues, these warm and cool blues together. Very important. And I'll sign that with the Chinagraph pencil as well. There we are then. It's not a large painting, it's only a half sheet of watercolour paper, but you can see the texture and how we've used the mixed medium effect. I hope you'll be inspired to have a go at this mixed medium work now. Using Chinagraph pencil first of all, then watercolour, and then soft pastels over the end. We could even use water with pastel to do this.